Namaste, welcome Bharat. I'm Sania Yadav and you're watching Akhand World News. How Iran is planning to win the war against the United States and how its ripple effects are reaching across the world. Iran's strategies are sending shockwaves to the global economy with prolonged high oil prices threatening to push Europe and parts of Asia into recession according to The Guardian. Iran is pursuing two main strategies to survive the war that began on 28 February 2026 with joint attacks by the United States and Israel. First, Iran's survival plan is to make the war so costly for Washington that it is forced to reconsider further escalation. The conflict is proving extremely expensive for the US. The first 6 days of the war cost $11.3 billion, as the US Department of Defense reportedly informed Congress. Meanwhile, the US has spent $16.5 billion in just the first days of the war, more than its total humanitarian assistance budget for 2024, as reported by The Guardian. The cumulative war spending by the United States has surged. As shown in this graph by CSIS, cumulative war spending increases from just about $5 billion on day 1 to over $16 billion by day 12. Iran's attacks on US bases are further increasing the financial cost for Washington. The attacks on US military bases in the Middle East have caused an estimated $800 million in damage within the first 2 weeks of the war. The biggest damage came from the attack on a key THAAD missile defense radar at a US airbase in Jordan, as reported by the BBC. Now here's what US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had to say. On 19th March he stated, as far as $200 billion, I think that number could move. Obviously it takes money to kill bad guys. We are going back to Congress to ensure that we are properly funded for what's been done and for what we may have to do in the future. So the war could continue longer, potentially requiring additional funding from Congress. Another Iranian strategy is to widen the battleground, forcing Arab Gulf states to pressure Trump to halt attacks. Iran is targeting Gulf oil and gas infrastructure. Attacks have knocked out about 17% of Qatar's LNG export capacity, Reuters reported. The report added that an Iranian drone hit Saudi Arabia's Semiraf refinery, missiles damaged Qatar's Ras Laffan LNG plant, and debris from intercepted missiles affected the UAE's Habshan gas facilities and Bab oil field. These disruptions are affecting the global oil and gas supply and could have wider economic consequences. The Gulf's image as a safe haven has suffered, with the tourism industry losing around $600 million daily, according to the World Travel and Tourism Council, impacting not just local economies but international travel and trade. However, the strategy may backfire on Iran. The Times of Israel reported that senior Gulf officials warned, ending the war while Iran still has these capabilities would be a strategic disaster. Another Gulf official said, "We want this war to end with Iran stripped of the capabilities to harm its neighbors." That's all for now. I'm Sania Yadav. Thanks for watching Akhand World News. Namaskar.